At 60, Shania Twain finally revealed the truth that had quietly shaped her life and career for decades. In a world where celebrities often guard their inspirations, Twain chose this milestone to speak openly about a deep admiration she had kept private. Her confession wasn't about a scandal or a romantic fling. It was about a musical influence that had lit a fire inside her as a child. For years, she had been celebrated as the woman who redefined country music, but the roots of her sound were rarely traced back to the early spark that first made her want to sing. Now, she said, it was time to give credit where it was due. In an emotional interview, she admitted that Ricky Nelson's voice and presence were among the first forces that made her believe she could one day become a star. A ragged childhood, hunger, hard work, and a song in her heart, born Eileen Regina Edwards on August 28, 1965 in Windsor, Ontario, Shania Twain's early years were shaped by poverty and struggle. She grew up in Timmins, a mining town where life was hard and resources were scarce. Often hungry, wearing hand-me-downs, and living in constant uncertainty, she learned early that survival depended on resilience and resourcefulness. Music became her refuge, a way to escape the harsh reality of her environment. She sang in local clubs and bars as a teenager, even when she wasn't legally old enough to be there, just to help support her family. These early performances were not glamorous, but they shaped her voice, her confidence, and her determination. Even in the midst of hardship, she held on to the belief that her voice could carry her beyond the limits of her circumstances. Tragedy and responsibility. The weight of family. When Shania was just 21, her parents died in a car accident, a tragedy that forced her to become the guardian of her younger siblings. She could have chased fame immediately, but she chose family first. She took a job singing at Deerhurst Resort in Ontario, providing stability and support when her siblings needed it most. This period revealed the strength that would later define her life. Her dreams were postponed, but not forgotten. Instead, she used the time to grow as a performer, refining her voice and learning the discipline needed for a career in music. It was a sacrifice that showed her character, a young woman who would not abandon her family even as she dreamed of something greater. Her early adulthood was not a period of delay, but a quiet preparation for the extraordinary success that awaited her. The breakthrough, the birth of Shania Twain. Shania's big break came when she signed with Mercury Records in the early 1990s and adopted the stage name Shania, meaning "I'm on my way" in Ojibwe. Her debut album received modest attention, but it caught the eye of producer Robert John "Mutt" Lang. Lang, already legendary for his work with AC/DC, Def Leppard, and Bryan Adams, recognized her talent and believed in her potential as a songwriter. Their partnership changed everything. Together, they created The Woman in Me, 1995, an album that blended country with pop and rock in a way that transformed the genre. Hits like Any Man of Mine, Whose Bed Have Your Boots Been Under, and You Win My Love made her a rising star, but it was her next album that would make history. Come On Over. The album that changed music forever. In 1997, Shania Twain released Come On Over, an album that would become a cultural phenomenon. It shattered records and redefined what country music could be, with songs like Man, I Feel Like a Woman, You're Still the One, and from this moment on, she became a global superstar. The album became the best-selling studio album by a female artist in any genre, and one of the highest-selling albums of all time. Shania's music videos, fashion, and confidence became iconic, empowering millions of women around the world. She had built a new identity for country music, one of boldness, independence, and emotional honesty. Her voice became a symbol of strength, and her songs became anthems for a generation. Yet, even as her fame reached its peak, personal challenges began to surface. The fall, heartbreak, illness, and a silenced voice. Despite her success, Shania Twain's life was not without pain. Her marriage to Mutt Lang collapsed in 2008 after he had an affair with her close friend and assistant, Marie Anne Thibodeau. The betrayal devastated her, and she later described the emotional pain as almost unbearable, but the heartbreak was only part of her struggle. Around the same time, she was diagnosed with dysphonia and Lyme disease, conditions that damaged her vocal cords and threatened her career. For years, she faced the terrifying possibility of losing the one thing that defined her life, her voice. She went through vocal therapy, emotional healing, and a long, difficult recovery. The process was slow and painful, but she refused to give up. Her return to music in 2017 with Now Is More, then a comeback. It was a testament to survival. New beginnings, love again, and a life rebuilt. After her divorce, Shania found love again in an unexpected place. Marie-Anne's former husband, Swiss executive Frederick Thibault, had also been betrayed and devastated by the same affair. In shared grief, Shania and Frederick found comfort in each other. Their relationship grew quickly, and they announced their engagement in December 2010. They married on January 1st, 2011, in a romantic ceremony in Puerto Rico, symbolizing a new beginning. Shania also became a mother to her son, Asia, pronounced Asia, born in 2001, a role she cherished deeply. Her life had changed dramatically, but she rebuilt herself with resilience and grace. Her commitment to family, love, and healing became the center of her new chapter, and she continued to use her music to express strength and hope. Her legacy: spirituality, charity, and truth. Beyond her music, Shania Twain became known for her compassion and her spiritual beliefs. She embraced vegetarianism for ethical and health reasons and practiced meditation and inner peace through the philosophy of St. Matthew. In 2010, she founded Shania Kids Can, a charity focused on helping children in need, those who struggle with poverty, emotional neglect, and unstable homes. Her own childhood experiences inspired her to create a program that offered safe spaces, academic support, and emotional care. She also wrote a best-selling autobiography, From This Moment On, in 2011, revealing her story in a raw and honest way. But even after sharing so much, she still kept one important truth hidden, until now. The revelation. Ricky Nelson's unexpected impact at 60, Shania Twain finally spoke openly about her lifelong admiration for Ricky Nelson. She described being a little girl in Timmins, watching him on television and feeling an instant connection. Nelson's voice, she said, felt like velvet, and his presence was magnetic. His music became a light in her life during the darkest years of her childhood. When you're young and going through things that feel far too heavy, she said, you hold on to anything that gives you light. Nelson's songs offered her comfort, and his ability to blend genres inspired her future sound. She said she didn't realize at the time how much he was shaping her musical identity, but now she understood that his influence was woven into her voice and style. Outro. Honoring the roots of her legend. Shania Twain's confession about Ricky Nelson is more than a tribute. It's a reminder that the greatest inspirations often come from childhood memories, long before fame arrives. At 60, she finally gave voice to a truth she had kept private for decades, acknowledging the artist who first showed her what was possible. Her journey, from poverty and loss to global superstardom, from heartbreak and illness to rebirth, has been defined by resilience and honesty. And now, with her heart laid bare, she proves that the most powerful stories are those that are finally told in full. Ricky Nelson may have died in 1985, but his influence lives on in Shania Twain's music, her strength, and her enduring legacy. And for the first time, she is willing to say it out loud.